Everybody, mic's on.
Mike's on. Get your...
Meeting of the Anderson Township Board of Zoning Appeals is hereby called to order. This board was established pursuant to Section 519.13 of the Ohio Revised Code by the Anderson Township trustees to provide administrative relief to any person or entity adversely affected by the Anderson Township zoning resolution. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Mr. Nasilevich?
Here.
Mr. Haber?
Here.
Ms. Wagner?
Here.
Mr. Sion?
Here. Thank you for coming to this meeting of the Anderson Township Board of Zoning Appeals. Please be aware that this meeting is audio and videotaped and may be carried live on television. First, I'll outline the procedures. A summary of the appeal is presented by the staff, then the appellant will present its case. The board members may then ask questions of the appellant. After that, all persons supporting the appeal will be permitted to testify one at a time after being recognized by the chairman. When those persons supporting the appeal are finished, those opposed to the appeal will then be permitted to testify and or ask questions of the board after being recognized by the chairman. All persons wishing to testify, whether for or against an appeal, may only do so after being sworn in. When testifying, each person must come forward to the podium after being recognized, speak into the microphone, and state their name, address, and any affiliation to the case. All persons testifying will be limited to 4 minutes unless a board member requests additional time. All testimony is given to the board only. No comments or questions are directed to the appellant or anyone else in the audience. The board will only hear new, non-repetitive evidence or questions. Should someone wish to show support of previous testimony, they may do so by following the testimony procedures and stating their support of previous testimony. Now, for all those who will be testifying today, will you please stand, raise your right hand. Swear or affirm. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Are there any changes to the agenda tonight?
There are not.
Thank you. With the approval of the agenda, we'll let the staff read the summary for case number 2-2018 BZA.
You want approval of minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Approval of agenda.
Okay. Do we need to address the record or anything?
I'm going to blame the traffic lights.
You can blame anything you want. It works for us.
Okay. I could just make a note for the record. Mr. Halpin did arrive and is present. Do we have a motion for approval of the agenda?
Were there revisions
No.
to them? Any revisions?
To the agenda?
No, to the minutes. I did not have any, but
To the minutes or the...
There were not.
there were none. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes of February 1st, 2018 as published.
Second?
We have a motion and we have second. Could the secretary please call the roll?
Mr. Nasilevich?
Aye.
Mr. Halpin?
Aye.
Mr. Haber?
Aye.
Ms. Wagner?
Aye.
Mr. Sion?
Aye. Now would the staff please read the summary for case number 2-2018 BZA?
So for tonight, our co-op PJ for this semester will be giving the case summary.
All right, good evening, everyone. It's a case number 2-2018 BZA. It's in regards to 7515 Forest Road. The zoning is, the applicant is Justin Scalf of One Stop Signs on behalf of Anderson Hills United Methodist Church, who is the property owner. The zoning is C residence, and the request is that a variance to allow 3 directional signs that each exceed 3 feet in height and 4 square feet in size. As you can see, here's the property map showing the location of the property. In the upper left corner is the intersection of 5 Mile Road and Beachmont Avenue. And to the right of the property is Forest Road and Anderson High School. Again, an aerial location showing the Anderson High School baseball field, the Forest Road entrances, as well as the health complex over to the right. Topography map, no significant slopes to note on this property. It's relatively flat. So here's the site plan that was submitted by the applicant. The applicant calls for 3 signs on the property, one at each of the driveway entrances, near each of the driveway entrances. Sign B is the furthest north. Sign A in the middle there, and then sign C down towards the hospitality house. So here's the detailed drawings of sign A. It's 6 square feet in size and 4 feet in height, excuse me. And it denotes the entrance to the south parking lot as well as a do not exit sign facing the property. Sign B is a welcome sign. This is the northernmost sign location, 15 square feet in size and 5 feet 8 inches in height. This denotes the welcome sign to the north parking lot. And then sign C, 4 feet in height and approximately 10 feet square footage. This is the hospitality house entrance. These are existing conditions of the Anderson Hills United Methodist Church. This is where sign A would be located. Again, showing the entrance where sign A would approximately be located. This is the third entrance. Sign C would be over to the right. And again, the entrance located for sign A. So the existing traffic control signs that are on the property regarding case 10-2000 or 18-2010. So these are for 4 traffic control signs we approved the BZA approved a variance in 2010. The size is 60 inches by 12.5 square feet for 3 of the signs, and then 8.33 square feet for the remaining sign, which is in the bottom right. Staff is of the opinion that the variance is not substantial. BZA case 18-2010 granted a variance that allowed for 3 private traffic control signs that are each 12.5 square feet and 1 8.33 square foot private traffic control sign. The proposed signs for this time around are consistent in size with the previous variance that was granted in 2010. Anderson Township Zoning Resolution Article 5.5 G4 permits directional signs that identify churches with the same restrictions as office zoning districts. While these signs are larger than permitted, the scale of the sign seems to be appropriate to guide visitors in the new traffic pattern. The essential character of the neighborhood would not be altered, and adjoining properties would not suffer a substantial detriment as a result of granting a variance. The 4 existing traffic control signs are not visible from Beachmont Avenue or Forest Road, as they serve as directional signs within the property. The variance would not adversely affect the delivery of governmental services. While the property owner's predicament can be feasibly obviated by decreasing the area and height of the signs, the size is appropriate for the size of the church campus and the volume of traffic that is on Forest Road. Staff is of the opinion that the spirit and intent behind the zoning requirement would be observed by granting a variance, since the signs are similar in size to those permitted in a previous BZA case, again, case 18-2010. And here are the standards to be considered. The property in question will yield a reasonable return, or whether there can be any beneficial use of the property without the variance. The variance is substantial. The essential character of the neighborhood would be substantially altered, or whether adjoining properties would suffer a substantial detriment as a result of the variance. The variance would adversely affect the delivery of governmental services. The property owner purchased the property with knowledge of the zoning restrictions. The property owner's predicament can be feasibly obviated through some method other than a variance. And last but not least, the spirit and intent behind the zoning requirement would be observed and substantial justice done by granting the variance. And after reviewing these criteria, I'd be happy to field any questions.
Does the board have any questions for staff?
Not from me.
None.
Will the appellant or appellant representative please come to the podium, speak into the microphone, state your name, address, and any affiliation, and present your appeal?
Yeah, so my name is Justin Scalf. I'm with One Stop Signs, acting as agent and representative in this case for Anderson Hills United Methodist Church. I apologize for my voice, first and foremost. Address on property is 7515 Forest Road. PJ did a wonderful job. He almost did my job for me. But signs A, B, and C, all located on the interior of the property in hopes of improving directional pathway for traffic and then overall safety for pedestrians that coordinate with traffic. In previous occasions, the church has installed directionals which did improve traffic flow, one of which was presented on the board just a few moments ago. None of the proposals, A, B, or C, really exceed the height limit by a great deal. We're talking about 12 inches, 1 foot over. In terms of square feet, in some cases, we're double of which is permitted. But again, we're trying to make signage that's relevant to traffic that moves throughout a complex property, a property that includes multiple buildings of which that serve different purposes, like Hospitality House, for example. So we're looking at one church, but really we're looking at an entire community center. The site's porous, where traffic moves in and out of almost every side of the region, and it has to coordinate with a school, which is just south of the property. With that in consideration, directional signs would provide better visibility for entrance and exit, and again, improve safety for the community. We try to be minimal with our proposal. We try to keep, taste and etiquette in mind. The marketing is included on the directionals, one of which for identification, and then 2 to kind of seamlessly be consistent with other marketing on site. Other than that, I'm here to answer any questions. Again, my name is Justin. Please let me know if I can clarify anything. Okay? Thank you.
Are there any questions from the board for this appellant?
Are these signs replacing existing signs, or are they in addition to existing signs?
In the case of these 3 signs, they'll all be new.
Okay.
Right? One of which will match an existing sign that's already on the property. I believe that's marked as sign, no, excuse me. No, all of which are new.
Okay. And the other signs?
The other sign is the, I believe that's the existing 5-foot-tall sign that was permitted through variance, last year?
Let's see.
And then banner readings that fixed to the structure, so.
So where's that other sign?
I believe it's on the north end of the largest structure, what would be like the main worship hall.
Okay. Where sign B is approximately?
Just south of that.
Okay. That's it for me.
Any further questions from the board?
Not me.
Thank you. There's no more
this guy,
questions. Thank you.
sorry.
Yeah.
Looking down, appreciate it.
Are there any other members or any other parties who wish to speak in favor of this appeal? Seeing none, we will now take testimony from those who oppose this appeal. Are there any who wish to step forward and speak in opposition to this appeal? Seeing none, are there any further questions from the board?
Nope.
Hearing no further comments, and if there is no objection from the board, I will close this public hearing on case number 2-2018 BZA. The board will take this case under consideration tonight. Anyone who wishes to stay is welcome to stay. The decision will likely be published tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow or the next day,
Okay.
within 2 days.
Tomorrow or the next day, and the remaining proceedings will just be amongst the board members discussing the case and ultimately coming to a straw vote. Thank you. With the public session now closed, everybody ready to go into discussion?
Sure.
Who wishes to start us off?
I don't see any objection to it,
I agree.
especially since it's almost all commercial. There's no real residential around it, is there? And
According to the staff report, there's the furthest one-way is
sign C, is that residential back there?
180 feet from Sign C.
And they're not objecting.
Yeah, nobody objected.
So the size of the signage, plus it's not, I don't think it's going to block traffic in any fashion, so I don't see it as a safety hazard. So in my opinion, and it doesn't, I don't think it takes away from the aesthetic value of the property. So I'm okay with it.
In my opinion, it would actually enhance the safety because it would give people a better idea of where to go, where not to go.
Yeah. Yeah, but it won't make it look ugly either.
I agree. It's in conformance with the existing signs.
Yep.
I think staff did a great job in their findings, especially the second paragraph that referenced case 18-2010, where signs of similar size had already been granted in a previous variance. And what we're doing, if we grant these, are to allow some signs that are consistent with what's been granted before. So I'm in agreement with staff's findings here that we ought to grant the variance.
Anybody else? Anybody wish to make a motion?
I move that we approve the request for the variance that, in accordance to the proposal, and that it be done within a year and completed within 2, or start it in a year and complete it within 2.
Some friendly amendments
Absolutely,
in accordance with staff's findings.
in accordance with staff's finding.
Okay, because I think, as we've talked about here, that this is substantial as to the reasons why we're granting the variance, and as Mr. Halpin suggested here, within 1 year, started within 1 year, completed within 2 years, and then in substantial conformance with the drawings that are attached.
Dated February 9th.
We have
Second.
a motion and some amendments and a second.
Second.
Would the secretary please call the vote?
Mr. Naslowitz.
Aye.
Mr. Halpin.
Aye?
Mr. Haber.
Aye.
Ms. Wagner.
Aye.
Mr. Sion.
Aye. That's call the session into recess. Session is now in recess.
I'd like a cheat sheet.
Sarah, do you have that first paragraph from staff's findings in the decision here?
Well, you're referencing case 18, 2010.
Right.
I do not, but I can add it.
Would you please?
Yeah.
Do a little cut and paste.
They still have to adhere by a location where they put the sign, right? Like so many feet back from the street. This
They have
is
to be
just-
out of the right of way.
This is just about the size of the sign.
This paragraph,
Mm-hmm.
and then just, is that where you were thinking, or?
Why don't you just put
Above.
another paragraph?
Okay.
Up in that top part?
If you just do a return and when you drop down to number 2,
Oh, okay.
right. There we go, that's perfect. A little formatting there.
It's just a different size, I think.
There's an extra space. Yep. Thank you. I'm ready.
Ready?
Good.
Looking for a motion. Mr. Chair, regarding case 2-2018 BZA, I move that we approve and journal our decision.
Motion noted. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Either one.
It doesn't matter.
John got it.
It was a co-second. They co-seconded it.
All right. Mr. Neslovich?
Aye.
Mr. Halpin?
Aye?
Mr. Haber?
Aye.
Ms. Wagner?
Aye.
Mr. Sion?
Aye.
Oh, you're loud enough, though.
Meeting adjourned.